Alright guys, what is going on and how y'all doing tonight? This is the Club of the Man 1993 and I am back after a little bit of a hiatus, but I'm back. This was not the original return video I wanted to do, but the idea I had, which was a live stream to talk about the latest crazy news from WWE this past week with the sale, Stephanie McMahon resigning and all that. That's the stream I wanted to have like my return for, but unfortunately, I'm not prepared for that. So since I am massively behind, tonight I'm just going to stick to just doing some uploads. Can't guarantee a lot of them, but at least some, to kind of, get a little bit of activity on the channel once again. So of course, we're going to start off, of course, with getting caught up here, doing episode number 40 of my Royal Rumble recap and review series. Before my hiatus, we did the women's. Now we're doing the men's Royal Rumble recap and review from 2022, which took place on January 29th, 2022 at the Dome at America's Center in St. Louis, Missouri. And, oof, yeah. I would not consider this one of my least favorite, one of the worst matches of all time. But in terms of the Royal Rumble, this is definitely one of the worst Rumbles in Rumble history. At least, well, it wasn't as insulting as 2015's Royal Rumble. 2015's, WWE knew what we wanted, and they gave us exactly what we didn't want. And again, toyed with us too. Remember the whole shattered dreams as soon as Daniel Bryan's eliminated, having commentary say, I know it hurts. Having the final four be Rusev. Well, Rusev was second, was runner-up for the Rumble. But Roman Reigns, Kane, and Big Show eliminate everybody like they were taking out the freaking garbage. Bring in The Rock to kiss our asses because they knew the crowd would not be happy. And even that didn't work. So that, in my opinion, is still the worst Rumble, in my opinion. This one, though, even though it was not insulting, it was still, in my opinion, one of the worst Rumbles they've done for sure. Not one of the worst matches of all time, but one of the worst Rumbles they have done for sure. It was predictable. It was just boring. Like, the surprises, there really weren't many surprises. And the biggest star power, of course, in this match was part-timers and like celebrity appearances. So yeah, it wasn't really a good Rumble. I'm trying to, again, I think I wanted AJ Styles to win this Rumble, but I knew who was going to win the Rumble. The writing was clear on the wall who was going to win this Rumble match. And again, it was just very boring. Like, again, it wasn't insulting, but it's like, not much really happened. What also hurt this Rumble too was we got a big botched spot in this Rumble as well. But I will talk about that, of course, when I get to that. But let's roll in and let's talk about the 2022 Men's Royal Rumble. So the number 1 and 2 entrants were number 1, AJ Styles, who was my pick to win, and second was Shinsuke Nakamura, the 2018 Rumble winner. He, of course, would go on to face AJ Styles at WrestleMania 34 in a feud that was okay, but again, the expectations were set super high for that feud. And again, it was good, but we wanted phenomenal. And we unfortunately did not get phenomenal. We instead got Nutcracker Nakamura constantly low blowing AJ Styles, which again, as we also wondered back at that time, why in the world did AJ Styles just never wear a cup? And of course, that was also when they had the no disqualification match, when the match went to a draw by double countout because the both of them hit each other in the balls. Yeah, you knew that was a Vince move. You knew that was a Vince move right there. Hopefully those stay away, far away, but as we've learned these past 2 weeks, he always wins. But we'll talk about that, of course, another time. But let's talk about this Rumble. So again, we got AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura 1 and 2. Number 3 was Austin Theory in his first Rumble. And of course, this was shortly after he started getting the gimmick of Vince McMahon's protege because he stole the egg, that ugly ass Cleopatra egg, at Survivor Series 2023. So I knew he was probably going to get some time in this Rumble, and he did. Number 4 was Robert Roode, who was basically jobbed out. There was a moment he had kind of like a stare down with AJ Styles, I guess kind of teasing like a whole TNA thing, as they're both in TNA for a long time. But eventually, though, Roode was eliminated by AJ Styles. Then number 5 was Ridge Holland. He had just been called up just a couple months earlier during the Superstar shakeup, and it was right before he started becoming the credible and entertaining Brawlin' Brutes that we are today. But he came in at number 5. AJ Styles would then eliminate Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 6 was Montez Ford. Both Street Profits were both in this Rumble match. Number 7 was Damian Priest, who was the United States Champion. And they played him dirty in this match. Oh gosh, I was not happy with how they eliminated him in this match. I didn't like that at all. Number 8 was Sami Zayn. Number 9 was Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville. So, of course, him and Sami Zayn would go on to have an entertaining match at WrestleMania, minus the stuff where, Wee Man kind of, stripped or whatnot, and it got a little too funky or whatnot. But Johnny Knoxville came out, and again, he was teasing this feud with Sami Zayn leading to their match at WrestleMania, which at first looked like it was coming for the Intercontinental Championship. Well, no, wait, I'm sorry. Shinsuke Nakamura was the Intercontinental Champion at this time. And I think it was a couple weeks after the Rumble, Sami Zayn had won it off Nakamura. And then the following week, Ricochet had won the title. Okay, yeah, because both U.S. and Intercontinental titles, which by that point, the U.S. title was on Finn Balor by WrestleMania. But both mid-card titles were not on the WrestleMania card last year, which made them feel very irrelevant. Now look how they feel so much more relevant a year later. But anyways, Johnny Knoxville went after Sami Zayn. He had a sequence with AJ Styles. Then he gets hit from the heavens from Montez Ford. Basically, everybody who was still in the match got their offense on Johnny Knoxville. And then Ridge Holland was setting up to eliminate Knoxville. But then Sami Zayn stole Holland's thunder. And Helluva kicked Knoxville out of the match. So he was eliminated. But then not too long after that, AJ Styles eliminated Sami Zayn. So the future honorary Uce didn't last long in this Rumble match. Number 10 was Angelo Dawkins. Number 11 was Big Omos. And this wasn't too long, I believe, after they had split up AJ Styles and Omos. But he came out. And of course, I've never been a fan of Omos. But he eliminated Angelo Dawkins. And then he eliminated Montez Ford, one after the other. Number 12 was Ricochet. Number 13 was then Chad Gable. Gable, though, got into the ring, and he immediately started instructing everybody to go after Omos. But instead of everyone teaming up with him, he tells Damian Priest, hey, you're the biggest guy, why don't you go after him? They fended off. I hated this. Damian Priest, keep this in mind, in the 2021 Men's Rumble, he got some time. He was just an NXT call-up, which it will lead to the next night on Raw, him actually getting his full main roster call-up on Raw. But he had a great performance, I thought, in the 2021 Men's Rumble. Here, as the United States Champion, he basically got spoon-fed to Omos. So instead of Chad Gable trying to get everybody to team up on Omos, he says, hey, let's send the biggest man after the Giant, and it has to be our U.S. champion, and he just gets dumped. You couldn't send in, like, who else was still in this match at the time? Who else? Like, I'm just trying to see. You couldn't have sent, like, Ridge Holland after him instead or something like that? Like, you had to feed your U.S. champion, probably the person who has the most prestige in the match at this point. Okay, AJ Styles, yes, true, but still, your freaking champion gets fed to Omos like a freaking joke. I hated that elimination. I hated it so much. But then it didn't last too long because Dominic Mysterio came in number 14. And then everybody teamed up on Omos trying to eliminate him. But it was the boost of the phenomenal forearm from AJ Styles that got Omos eliminated. Thank goodness. Number 15 was Happy Corbin. Yeah, Happy Corbin. Now he's the wrestling god Baron Corbin, as JBL would say. But Happy Corbin came number 15, and he eliminated Ricochet. Because Ricochet at the time was a freaking joke. Number 16 was Dolph Ziggler. I believe he was still a heel back then. Happy Corbin then eliminated Dominic Mysterio. AJ Styles eliminated Austin Theory. And number 17 was Sheamus, or Sheamus, who again was a heel at the time, and him and Ridge Holland were a duo. This is before Pete Dunne, not saying that name, got called up right before WrestleMania. Because again, the original plan for WrestleMania was a 6-man tag with the New Day and the now Brawling Brutes. But then this is before Big E broke his neck. But Sheamus came out, and as he's coming out, Ridge Holland gets eliminated by AJ Styles right in front of Sheamus. Like, literally, it was like, there were teased the idea like Sheamus could have, like, stopped Holland from getting eliminated, but he didn't. But of course, Sheamus was all pissed off about that. Number 18, I forgot about this guy. He could be back soon, maybe, who knows. But number 18 was, at the time, Shinsuke Nakamura's tag team partner, Rick Boogs. Boogs has not been seen since he hurt his knee at last year's WrestleMania when him and Shinsuke wrestled the Usos for the SmackDown tag titles. So yeah, Rick Boogs got in there, had some good offensive showings in there, and he eliminated Chad Gable. Number 19 was Madcap Moss. Look, I gotta be real. I'm still not the hugest Madcap Moss fan. I feel like that they're trying to make him a babyface. He's just not really clicking. Yes, they're trying to, nerf his real-life girlfriend, Emma, to kind of give him some popularity. It's not doing much for him. But I would much rather see the Madcap Moss we have now than the Madcap Moss we had a year ago. The jokester telling, the bad joke telling, thin suspenders, like, oh god, that freaking outfit he wore just drove me nuts. Like I said, he looked like a freaking stripper. I showed my mother, a photo of that outfit. She even thought it was too weird of an outfit. So, he gets in there, and again, remember this time he's supposed to be a joke, correct? Well, that joke eliminated AJ Styles. And even that pissed me off. I'm like, why would you have him, of all people, eliminate AJ Styles? It's like when Dana Brooke eliminated Kairi Sane in the first Women's Rumble, which I thought was stupid. He was number 19. Number 20 was Matt Riddle. Well, he was still being called Riddle at this time. That's right, actually. The Arcade Bro had just briefly dropped the tag titles to Alpha Academy. So Chad Gable and Otis, who were both in this Rumble match, were actually Raw Tag Champs at this time. I forgot about that. But Riddle's number 20. Happy Corbin eliminated Rick Boogs. Number 21 was a surprise. It was Drew McIntyre. Now, why is he a surprise? Because he got written off of TV by Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss after Drew McIntyre beat Madcap Moss at day 1 last year. But he came out and he basically went right after the both of them. And he manhandled them. He eliminated first eliminated Madcap, then he got the Happy Corbin. And then he rolled out of the ring and he beat the living crap out of both of them. He even used the steel steps. Like, he went to just mad handling the both of them. Of course, just to set up for another match between Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss at Elimination Chamber. And then also a match with Drew McIntyre and Happy Corbin at WrestleMania, which was what it was. It was a nice way to give McIntyre his first victory, like, since WrestleMania 36 that was in front of fans, because 37 he wrestled Bobby Lashley in a great opener for the WWE title, but he unfortunately lost. But it was a way to kind of give him a babyface victory, but even so, that feud was still just so freaking pointless, because, Baron Corbin's just Baron Corbin. But, so that happens. Number 22, Kevin Owens. So Owens is briefly a heel again. Owens and McIntyre brawled in the entrance ramp before Owens got tossed into the ring. Number 23 was Rey Mysterio. Wait, when did Dominic... I swore... when did Dominic get eliminated? I think I might have forgotten to mark when Dominic got eliminated. I think I did. Yeah, Dominic got eliminated by then. I can't remember who eliminated him. Oh, wait, hold on. Was it... Oh, no, yeah, he got eliminated by Corbin. I'm sorry, I skipped that. Never mind, I had a brain fart. But Rey Mysterio was number 23. Number 24 was Kofi Kingston. This is another reason why this Rumble match suffered. Because Kofi gets in the match. He immediately goes to the top rope, I believe it was. Kevin Owens pushes Kofi. And Kofi was supposed to, land on the barricade and, hug it without his feet touching the floor. Unfortunately, Kofi botched it, and his feet clearly hit the floor. And the referees had no choice but to call for an audible and have him eliminated. Yeah, ouch. That's another reason why, again, this match suffered, because of that botch right there. I don't know, Kofi was trying to redeem himself this year, or he'll just, move on and not try to do one of those, crazy spot finishes. But yeah, that also really hurt the match. Number 25 was Otis. Number 26 was Big E. And again, this was before Big E broke his neck, but right after he had dropped the WWE title after a very lackluster run that, again, was not his fault. And then they dropped the title, and they basically dropped his singles push. And he was back on SmackDown with the New Day like nothing ever happened. I still have hopes that he comes back, though. Latest I'm hearing is they could have an update or a decision on his future by March. But we shall see, of course. But he was number 26. Number 27. Yeah, we haven't really had any surprises at this point. We got a surprise here. Bad Bunny. Because, he did awesome the year before. Yes, he did do awesome in that WrestleMania 37 match when he teamed with Damian Priest and took on The Miz and John Morrison. Yes, he did awesome. But he was number 27 and probably one of the bigger names in this match. Probably. I think he had a sequence with Rey Mysterio, and I'm like, geez. A match with Rey Mysterio and Bad Bunny actually would not be too bad. But of course, that's me praising a celebrity. I am praising a celebrity, guys. He was number 27, and he eliminated Sheamus. And also, before Bad Bunny and Rey kind of sequence, they also teamed up and eliminated Dolph Ziggler as well. So Bad Bunny got, a good amount of eliminations. Number 28 was also a surprise entrant, which was Shane McMahon. This was also well, first off, this is the first time Shane McMahon had appeared on live TV since WrestleMania 37, which he wrestled in a good steel cage match with Braun Strowman. But damn, that feud was horrible. Remember the whole, Braun, Braun is stupid. That feud, that was atrocious. That was horrible. And this was also the last time he would be on TV, because after this, he got fired because of the way he wrote the Rumble, or however he politic trying to get some things his way or whatnot, the Rumble match. Rumors are originally he wanted Seth Rollins to be in this match because he wanted to set up a feud for WrestleMania between him and Seth Rollins. Not sure how that would have worked since they were both heels at the time. Well, we did get Roman versus Seth in this pay-per-view, and they were both heels. But he was number 28. Otis eliminated Rey Mysterio, and then Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens brawled because they have a history, and then Shane eliminated KO. Randy Orton was number 29. He came out again. This is when him and Matt Riddle were still Team RK Bro. They eliminated Big E, who was also a person I thought should have been considered to win this. They do a sequence of many RKOs, and they also eliminate Otis. And then number 30, as I predicted, even before this Rumble even started, even though it was I want AJ to win, but I predicted this was going to happen. And sure enough, it did. Brock Lesnar, who had just dropped the WWE title earlier on the show to Bobby Lashley, he comes in number 30. 2 minutes later, everybody's gone. He eliminated everyone. He eliminated Randy Orton. He eliminated Bad Bunny, leading the final four being to Matt Riddle, Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. Brock eliminated Riddle. Brock then eliminated Shane. Within 2.5 minutes, everybody was gone. And then there was a stare down with Brock and Drew, and Drew was like, they're here now, because calling it back to their WrestleMania 36 match, and then Brock eliminates Drew, and Brock Lesnar wins the Rumble, as I predicted from the long haul. Look, as I keep saying, Brock Lesnar, yes. I for a while was a huge Brock Lesnar hater, but I'm going to keep saying this. This new country boy Brock Lesnar character he had, I was digging it. I was digging it, but I really didn't want to see him and Roman again. And then, of course, they would put the title back on Brock and have them have the title versus title match at WrestleMania. And it was fine, but I wanted something different. And like I said, nothing really came out of this Rumble. The biggest names in this Rumble match were Brock Lesnar, Shane McMahon, Bad Bunny. Drew got some time in there as well, so did AJ. But, again, no surprises. Kofi botched the spot there. I hated how they fed the United States champion to a green giant. And, again, I hate that AJ got eliminated by Madcap Moss. Kofi botched the spot. Like I said, it's not the worst match I've ever seen, but it's definitely one of the worst Rumbles, in my opinion. So, I'm sorry, I gave this Rumble a D+. D+, it was boring, it was predictable, a little sloppy, but again, at least it's not as insulting as 2015's Rumble match. But that does it, guys. That's my recap and review of the 2022 Men's Royal Rumble match. What are your guys' thoughts on this Rumble match? Do you have anything you want to share about it? Were you happy that Brock won and where it led to after that? Or do you think somebody else could have won the match? Do you also have any other, gripes or critics about this Rumble match? Make sure you guys leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Be sure as always to slap a like on the video, subscribe for more content on my channel. Oh, wait, hold on. Time out. Before I go, I forgot to, of course, read off the final numbers. So again, Brock Lesnar won. The final four were Matt Riddle, Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. Again, there's no contendership. AJ Styles, despite, of course, not winning it, was in this match the longest with 29 minutes and 6 seconds. Had the most eliminations of everyone in this match with 6. And in the total duration of this match was 51 minutes and 10 seconds. So, shorter Rumble, but that happens when you have Brock Lesnar come out and basically take everybody out in 2 minutes. That's all basically took for him. But okay, anyways, let's try this again. Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at the Club of the Man 93. Here's always to shout for Meatball Sub. And follow me on TikTok at the Club of the Man 1993. So until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch y'all later. Got some more content I'm going to try to do tonight. Have a great rest of your evening. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah, no, I will survive. There's no escape.